Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. In today's session we are going to discuss about the anatomy of earthworm. In previous session we have discussed about the morphology of the earthworm. Now here in the anatomy of the earthworm we will be discussing about certain systems. And which are those systems? These include the digestive system, it includes the circulatory system, it includes the apart from circulatory it includes the respiratory system, reproductive system, excretory system and the nervous system. So we are going to discuss all these points in this part. Okay, so let's start with the anatomy of earthworm with the first point, that is the digestive system. Okay, so the first point that we are going to discuss is the digestive system. Digestive system. Okay, so now digestive system, which comprises the alimentary canal in this type of organisms. Okay, so basically these animals they are burrowing. Okay, these organisms which are earthworm are burrowing animals. Okay, and normally feed on detritus. Now what is detritus? Detritus in the sense it is the dead and decomposing leaf or the plant leaf, right? So those are the food sources for the earthworm. Okay, and these are burrowing animal, that means they burrow within the soil. Okay, so what they also place certain amount of aeration within the soil. Okay, and also increases the fertility. Okay, so next earthworm has very well developed alimentary canal. Okay, now what is that alimentary canal? So see, it is a long tubular structure. Okay, or this alimentary canal can also be referred as the tubular canal. So this alimentary canal consists of certain parts. Which are those? Like mouth, it starts with the mouth, which is present in the anterior part of the anterior part of the body of the earthworm. Okay, then it will goes down to the pharynx, from pharynx esophagus to stomach, gizzard, from gizzard to stomach. Okay, and from stomach it will goes into the intestine, and from the intestine it will be extended towards the last part of the body, that is the anus. Okay, so that will be a complete tubular structure which is very well developed in case of the earthworm. Okay, and that is called alimentary canal or the tubular canal. Okay, as the structure is tube like. Okay, the next, now let's see the diagrammatic representation to understand the digestive system in case of earthworm. Okay, you can pause this video and note down the points. Okay, we'll move further. So here, now if we draw the structure, okay, of the earthworm, to understand the alimentary canal we'll get certain points. So let's see here, let's draw the structure. Okay, and as we have already discussed, the body of the earthworm, it is cylindrical. Okay, cylindrical, it consists of two ends, anterior and the posterior end. Okay, so here at the first, and it is the body is the segmented, right? So the first segment consists of a small opening. Okay, first segment consists of small opening, and that opening is called mouth, which opens into the buccal cavity. So this part, it is referred as mouth, okay, which is located in the first segment. Okay, it is located in the first segment. Okay, and this mouth is also referred as, it is also called as peristomium. It is also called as peristomium, and at the apex, that means that at the tip of this mouth, there is a structure which is called the prostomium. Prostomium. Okay, and what is the prostomium? It is a kind of sensory organ which is helping in the digging. Okay, so it helps in the burrowing processes. Now the mouth opens into the buccal cavity, and buccal cavity, this part, it is slightly swollen part. Okay, this slightly swollen part is referred as the buccal cavity. Buccal cavity. And this buccal cavity, it is located from first to third segment. Okay, it is located from first to third segment. Okay, I hope you can see it. So first to third segment, there is a presence of buccal cavity. And how to recognize the buccal cavity? It is slightly swollen part. Then next to the buccal cavity, there is a presence of again enlarged part called the pharynx. Okay, there is a enlarged pharynx here. Okay, so this structure is called pharynx. Okay, and the pharynx, it is seen in the third and fourth segment. So here you can write third and fourth segment. Okay, third and fourth segment. Now exactly near to the, or on the lateral side of the pharynx, there is a presence of two glands. Okay, on the either side, and these glands, they are called as the pharyngeal glands. Pharyngeal glands. Now what is the function of these pharyngeal glands? See, pharyngeal glands, they secrete two types of components. Okay, they secrete two types of components. One which is called as the mucin, okay, and another which is called as the proteolytic enzyme. Proteolytic enzyme. Now what is this mucin? Mucin is a kind of mucus like substance which is responsible for providing the lubrication. Okay, so mucin is associated with the lubrication, and proteolytic enzymes are the enzymes which are helpful in the breakdown of the protein. Okay, so what proteolytic? Lytic means catalysis or the breakdown. Okay, so these are the this is performed by the pharyngeal gland. Now next to the pharynx, okay, there will be formation of a narrow tubular structure. Okay, there will be formation of a narrow tubular structure, and this tubular structure, it extends up to the 8th segment. Okay, it extends up to the 8th segment. So here is the 8th segment, and where it will form the, okay, so this region is called as the esophagus basically. Okay, we should know the name, esophagus. Okay, and esophagus ends at the 8th segment. So it starts from the 4th segment. Okay, it starts from the 4th segment. Here is the 4th segment, and it ends on the 8th segment. Okay, that is the narrower part called esophagus. And on the 8th and 9th segment, there is a presence of muscular there is a presence of muscular gizzard. Okay, there is a presence of muscular gizzard, and this gizzard consists of certain plates like this. Okay, these are chitinous plates which are responsible for grinding of the food material. Okay, so it is located in the 8th and 9th segment. Okay, and this gizzard again turns or opens into a narrow tubular structure. So this is the gizzard. Okay, gizzard, or it can also be referred as the muscular gizzard. Muscular gizzard. Now what is the function of gizzard? See, gizzard help in the grinding of food material. Okay, the main function which has been performed by this muscular gizzard is to grind the food material. Okay, now whatever food they are eating, that is the detritus, those detritus will be decomposed, okay, or will be what we say, grinded with the help of gizzard. Okay, and this gizzard is composed of chitinous plates and located in the 8th and 9th segment. Now next to that, this the gizzard opens into a narrow tubular structure, okay, that extends from the segment number 9 to the segment number 14. Okay, so it will extend from the segment number 9 to the segment number 14. Okay, which forms the stomach. Which forms the stomach. Okay, so this part we will call as a stomach. So you can write from 9th to 14th segment. Okay, from 9th to 14th segment there is a stomach. Now at the 14th segment, okay, at the 14th segment, or from the 15th to the last segment, okay, from 15th to the last segment there will be presence of the intestine. So suppose this is the 14th segment, so here it will be the 15th segment. So this tubular structure will have a some enlarged portion, okay, some part called enlarged portion, and this enlarged portion is nothing but a intestine. Okay, now this intestine from the 15th segment, it will be extending towards the anus. Okay, it will open through the anus only, but here on the 25th and 26th segment, 25th and 26th segment, they have the certain conical structures. Okay, they have the certain conical structures. Okay, they have the certain conical structures, and these conical structures, okay, like this, they are formed in the 26th and 25th and 26th segment, and they will continue in the intestine again. So here within the body they are present in the 25th and 26th segment. Okay, so this part you can label as the intestine. From 15th to last, okay, that is to the anus. Now here on the 25th and 26th segment, it gives rise to the conical structures. Okay, it gives rise to the paired conical structures or paired tubular structures. Okay, and these are called as intestinal caecae. Intestinal caecae. Okay, intestinal caecae. So these are the structures called intestinal caecae. And what is the function of intestinal caecae? It secretes. Okay, so they secretes the amylase. Amylases. Now what is amylases? It is an enzyme which is useful for breakdown of the carbohydrates, right? So carbohydrate or sugars. So these amylases are secreted by the intestinal CK. Okay. The next to that is the a characteristic feature of intestine from 26 segment to the, now here I am ending this structure. Okay, so you can see here at the distal part there will be formation of a anus. Okay, so let's consider this is the 26 segment. From 26 segment it will be up to the last segment, that is around the 95th segment. Okay, because when we talk of the segmentation within the earthworm, it may vary from 100 to 120. So let's consider the 95th segment as the last. Okay, next to that will be anus. So here that's up from 26 to the 95th segment, there will be formation of a median fold. So here when we look after the cross section, where from the 26th segment, okay, if you look after the cross section, the body of the earthworm, it is cylindrical and it consists of a internal layer. But this internal layer, from the dorsal portion means the portion which is present at the back side, from the dorsal portion there will be formation of an invasion. Okay, there will be formation of an invasion over here, and this invagination, okay, or this type of median fold is called as the typhlosole. Okay, so this part is called typhlosole. And what is the function of the typhlosole? It increases the surface area for absorption of food material. That is the function of typhlosole, which is located over here. So there will be certain invaginated structure inside this intestinal part from the 26th segment to the 95th segment. Okay, 26th to 95th segment. Okay, and finally it will excrete the nitrogenous waste material in the form of worm casting from the anal part or the anus. So this is about the complete digestive system, okay, of the earthworm. So it starts with the first, that is the mouth, okay, which is also referred as the peristomium. Anterior part of the mouth consists of the prostomium. Okay, next the swollen part, which is seen from the first segment to the third segment, is called as the buccal cavity. Okay, buccal cavity opens into the pharynx, which can be seen in the third and fourth segment. Now on the lateral side of the pharynx there is a presence of pharyngeal glands which secrete two types of components, that is called mucin, and another one is called the proteolytic enzyme. Function of mucin is to provide the lubrication, and function of proteolytic enzyme is to degrade or to digest the proteins. Okay, then next to the pharyngeal gland there is a presence of narrow tubular structure called esophagus, okay, which help in carrying the food material towards the gizzard. This gizzard, it is located in the 8th and 9th segment. The gizzard is also called muscular gizzard, as it is the structure which help in the grinding of food material. Okay, now this muscular gizzard is located in 8th and 9th segment. From 9th segment onwards to the 14th segment, there is the presence of again narrow tubular structure called stomach. Okay, now here the stomach, it opens into a enlarged conical structure called intestine. Okay, that is starting from the 15th segment to the last. Okay, 15 to the last. Now here on the 25th and 26th segment there will be arrangement of two conical structures or paired conical structures. These paired conical structures are called intestinal CK. And what is the function of intestinal CK? The function of the intestinal CK is to secrete the enzymes called amylases, which help in the digesting sugars like carbohydrates again. Okay, and from the 26th segment to the 95th segment there will be presence of a structure or a invaginated structure inside the intestine. Okay, now this is the, suppose this is the ventral part. From the dorsal part of the intestine there will be invagination. Okay, suppose this is a dorsal part and this is the ventral part. So a inner fold is there, and this inner fold is called typhlosole. This typhlosole increases the surface area for absorption of food material. Okay, these typhlosole structures are similar to the microvilli which are located in the human intestine. They also help in increasing the surface area for absorption of food. Okay, now that is T flow. And the last one is the anus, through which the nitrogenous waste material, it is excreted outside the body. Okay, so this is about the digestive system or the complete alimentary canal of the earthworm. I hope you have understood this. Now next we are going to move towards the another type of system, that is called circulatory system. Okay, so here you can pause the video and draw the diagram as well as note down the points, okay, according to that. So whatever I have discussed right now, you have to make a note of it, okay, and send it on the WhatsApp. So let's move to the next type of system, that is the circulatory system. Okay, what it consists of or what it is composed of. Okay, so in the circulatory system we'll be talking about the pumping organ, okay, that is the heart. So what type of heart is seen in case of the earthworm? Okay, now what it consists of, let's see. So another type of system, that is the circulatory system. Circulatory system. Now circulatory system, see, the circulatory system in case of earthworm, it is showing the closed type of circulation. That means the blood is confined to the blood vessels. Okay, so blood flows through the blood vessels throughout the body. So they show who, this earthworm, they show closed circulation. Closed circulation. Okay, so they show closed circulation. The next, it comprises of heart. It comprises of heart and blood vessels. Okay, it comprises of heart and blood vessels. Now basically heart, they are located in two different regions. They are muscular, okay, and they are found in the lateral region. Okay, the next, apart from that, they have the blood vessels, that is, it has the dorsal blood vessel and the ventral blood vessel, as well as on the lateral side there is a blood vessel. Now let's see, okay, or let's see the different types of points which are included under circulatory system. Okay, the next, it consists of heart and anterior loop. Okay, heart and anterior loop. Now see, when we talk of the heart and anterior loop, what it is? Okay, in earthworm, there are present four pairs of tubular heart. Okay, there are presence of four pairs of tubular heart. Okay, the next, these hearts are enlarged. These hearts are enlarged, comma, thick walled, comma, pulsatile in the sense they show the rhythmic movement. Okay, pulsatile and valvular. Now what is valvular? Means they are provided with the valve. Now what is the function of valve within the heart? See, when there is a pumping of blood within the within the body of any organism, this pumping of blood, it is regulated with the help of valve. And what is the function of valve? That valve will prevent the backflow of blood into that particular sinuses or the openings. Okay, so that is the function of the valve. So it is valvular. The next, the anterior two ends or anterior two pairs of heart, the anterior two pairs of heart known as lateral hearts are known as lateral heart, which lie in 7th and 9th segment. 7th and 9th segment. Okay, so there is a presence of first two pair of heart. Okay, that is the anterior heart. Okay, so when we look after the structure, okay, at that time we will come to know that which part is the anterior and which part is the posterior. So at the anterior part there is a presence of two pairs of heart which are called as the lateral heart. Okay, and they lie in the 7th and 9th segment. Okay, now next, okay, you can pause this, note down this. Okay, we'll rub and move to the other points. Then next, they connect dorsal blood vessel with ventral blood vessel. Okay, with ventral blood vessel. Okay, so that is the function of the yes, lateral heart. Okay, that is located in the anterior part. So they connect the dorsal blood vessel. Okay, if you look after a rough sketch here, okay, we'll come to know. So suppose this is the structure of the earth one. Okay, here we can draw the segments 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 so on. Okay, so again it will have the alimentary canal over here. Okay, so like this tubular structure will be there which will end up to the anus. Now here, okay, the dorsal part, this part is called as the dorsal part. Okay, and this dorsal part consists of a blood vessel. Okay, it consists of a blood vessel, and at the 7th and 9th segment, okay, at the 7th and 9th segment, see, this blood vessel also has the valve which are seen onto the particular segments itself. On the 7th, 8th, 9th and all the segment there is a presence of the valve. So what, when the transport of blood is seen from one part to the another part, okay, that transport will be regulated with the help of this valve, so that blood will not be back flown. Okay, so that is prevented by the valve. Now this dorsal blood vessel, okay, it has the two pairs of anterior heart. Okay, two pairs of anterior heart. Now where it is, see, in this way these are the muscular heart, okay, and there is a ventral blood vessel. Here it is the ventral blood vessel. Okay, this ventral blood vessel, it is also connected to the what we say, alimentary canal, and the dorsal blood vessel is also connected with the alimentary canal, okay, at certain junctions. Now the muscular heart, which is over here, okay, will join to the ventral blood vessel, okay, will join to the ventral blood vessel at the 7th and 9th segment. Okay, 7th and 9th segment. Okay, so, and the posterior blood vessel is located in the 12th and 13th segment. Okay, posterior blood vessel, it is also joining the ventral blood vessel, okay, at 12th and 13th segment. Okay, in this way. So two pairs or four pairs of what we say hearts are seen. Okay, so this is a lateral portion. From the lateral side we can see. Okay, so at the 7th and 9th segment there will be presence of anterior two pairs of heart. Okay, and they connect the blood vessels with ventral blood vessels. Okay, so here this is the heart portion, this is the blood vessels. Okay, these are the blood vessels. This blood vessel is connected to the ventral blood vessel with the help of this two pair of heart. Okay, the next, the posterior two pairs of heart, the posterior two pairs of heart and heart are called lateroesophageal because they are located in the esophagus part. Okay, esophagus part, lateroesophageal hearts. Okay, the next, and situated in 12th and 13th segment. Okay, so you have to remember the segments where the four pairs of heart are located, at anterior 7th and 9th and posterior 12th and 13th. And what they do, they connect the dorsal blood vessel to the ventral blood vessel. Okay, the next, they are who? The ventral blood vessel or the heart. Okay, they are thick, muscular, muscular and rhythmically contractile blood vessels. Okay, they are thick, muscular, rhythmically contractile blood vessel. Okay, Now there is a pair of thin walled non-pulsatile loop-like broad vessel without valves, okay, in each 10th and 11th segment, okay, 10th and 11th segment, okay. These vessels are known as okay, these vessels are known as the anterior loop. So here we have discussed about the heart and the anterior loop, okay. So heart, they are 4 in pair. One, that is anterior 2 pairs are located in 7th and 9th segment. They connect the dorsal blood vessel to the ventral blood vessel, okay. The next, posterior 2 pairs are present in the 12th and 13th segment. They also connect the dorsal blood vessel to the ventral blood vessel, okay. The next, they are thick, muscular and rhythmically contractile, okay, blood vessels. So they contract with rhythm, okay. And there is a pair of thin walled non-pulsatile loop-like blood vessels without valves, okay, in each 10th and 11th segment. These vessels are called as the anterior loop, okay. So this is about the few important points of the circulatory system. Now let's see the blood vessels, different blood vessels which are seen in the circulatory system of the earthworm, okay. You can pause the video and note down the points. So it consists of, okay, it has 2 types of blood vessels. So we can write types of blood vessel, okay. So here we have 2 types. One which is called as the dorsal blood vessel, and second is called as the ventral blood vessel. Now let's see about the dorsal blood vessel, okay. So the dorsal blood vessel is the largest blood vessel, okay. Then which runs mid-dorsally above the alimentary canal, alimentary canal. So in the diagram also you can see this is the alimentary canal and it is in the above portion, okay, mid dorsally above portion of the alimentary canal. Okay, the next alimentary canal from one end to another, one end to another end. Okay, the next, it has valves, okay, which prevent the backflow of the blood. Okay, so it has valves which prevent the backflow of the blood. Now the important point about this type of dorsal blood vessel is it receives blood from various parts. It receives blood from various parts of the body of earthworm, of the body of earthworm. Okay, so this is about the dorsal blood vessel, okay, and which is collecting or it is receiving the blood from the different part of the body. Okay, so that is the dorsal blood vessel. Another type of blood vessel is the ventral blood vessel, that is second one. Okay, so you can pause the video and note down the points. We'll move further. Now next, that is the second one, ventral blood vessel. Okay, ventral blood vessel. See, it also extends from one end to another end. It also extends from one end to another end. Okay, another end of the body. Okay, next, it does not have any valves. It does not have any valves. Okay, and flow of blood is from anterior part to the posterior part. Okay, of or posterior end of the body. Okay, its main distribution, it is main distributing blood vessel. Okay, so here you can see the blood vessel. Okay, this type of ventral blood vessel distributes the blood throughout the body, and here dorsal blood vessel distributes the blood, okay, or it collects the blood from the body. Okay, so this is about the circulatory system. I hope you have understood this point. The next we will move towards the another type of system, okay, that is the respiratory system. Okay, another type of system within the anatomy of earthworm is the respiratory system. Okay, so you can pause the video to write the previous points. So the third type of system under the anatomy of earthworm is the respiratory system. So what is included under respiratory system? What is included under respiratory system is the special respiratory organ, the special respiratory organ okay, the special respiratory organ are lacking in earthworm. Okay, the special respiratory organs are lacking in the earthworm. Okay, the next, therefore gaseous exchange takes place through the body surface. Okay, so the special organ, that is like lungs, they don't have. Okay, so even though they don't have the gills, so how they respire? They respire, okay, so with the help of body surface, that is called cutaneous type of respiration. Okay, so can be called as the cutaneous type of respiration. And they secrete a liquid, okay, or a mucousy substance onto the surface of the body, so what it can maintain the moisture within the body. Okay, so that is, it secretes the mucus or the coelomic fluid. Okay, the next, it consists of a carrier protein. Okay, the blood of the earthworm consists of the carrier protein, that is called as the hemoglobin. Okay, that is called as the hemoglobin. Now one more point I forgot to tell in the circulatory system. Okay, in circulatory system, on the 4th, 5th and 6th segment, there is a presence of blood gland. Okay, there is a presence of blood gland, and this blood gland, they secrete two types of component. Which are those? They secrete the phagocytic cells, okay, as well as the hemoglobin. Now what is hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is a protein which is present in the plasma of the earthworm. Okay, and this hemoglobin acts as an oxygen carrier, or it is a carrier protein, because hemoglobin is a protein. Okay, and it acts as a carrier protein which carries the oxygen, okay, to the different parts of the body of the earthworm, and also carries the carbon dioxide, okay, which is been derived from the different part of the body after the particular metabolic activity in the earthworm. Okay, now what is the function of oxygen in this? Oxygen oxidizes the food, okay, for releasing the energy. So that is the definition of respiration again. respiration is an anabolic and catabolic process in which complex organic food material are broken down into simple substances with the release of energy as a byproduct. Okay, so here you can see special respiratory organs are lacking in the earthworm. Therefore gaseous exchange takes place through the body surface, that can be called as cutaneous. Now body surface also secrete the mucus as well as the coelomic fluid. Okay, and it consists of a carrier protein. Okay, that carrier protein is the hemoglobin, and this hemoglobin help in the transportation of the gases. And apart from this, there will be again oxidation of the food material for releasing the energy. So this is about the respiratory system. What you have to remember over here, the gaseous exchange takes place through the body surface. Okay, so this is about respiratory system. I hope you have understood this. Okay, if you have any kind of difficulty in understanding any of these concepts, okay, you can let me know. Now in the next part we are going to discuss about few more type of anatomical features, okay, which include the reproductive system, which includes the excretory system, and which also includes the nervous system. Okay, then we'll move on the cockroach. Okay, and so thank you.